Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to SoulSync. It's your girl, Dovey here. And today we're getting into that mysterious zone of feminine energy. The things you do without thinking that completely turn him on. And no, I'm not talking about bedroom moves or loud attention-seeking gestures. I'm talking about the soft, subtle behaviors that live rent-free in his mind and body. And girl, you probably don't even know you're doing them. So if you've ever wondered why he keeps staring at you, replaying certain moments, or acting differently after the smallest interaction, this is why. These are the 8 things you do that turn him on without even realizing it. And once you know, you'll know how to own that quiet power like never before. 1. The way you laugh when you're genuinely happy. When a woman laughs from her heart, not forced, not filtered, it lights something up inside him. There's something so raw, real, and intoxicating about watching you burst into laughter like you're not worried about how you look or sound. It shows joy, openness, and a magnetic kind of presence that makes him feel lucky just to witness it. A genuine laugh is playful and freeing, and it taps into his deepest desire to be the reason behind it. It's not just about amusement, it's emotional arousal. When you're laughing freely, you glow differently. He sees a version of you that's unguarded and fully alive. And that makes him want to protect that joy, feed it, and stay close to it. Your laughter becomes addictive. It stays with him like a melody, the kind he finds himself craving in moments of silence. 2. When you fix your hair without thinking. You might be tucking your hair behind your ear, brushing it over your shoulder, or running your fingers through it while talking, and he's watching every second like it's slow motion. It's a small gesture, but it screams softness, femininity, and sensuality, especially when it's unintentional. That's when it hits the hardest. You're not trying to be seductive, and that's what makes it seductive. It draws attention to your face, your neck, your lips, all without effort. And it gives him a little peek into how comfortable you are in your own body. The natural way you interact with your own beauty makes him want to interact with it too. Closely, tenderly, and repeatedly. It's the kind of moment he replays in his head without even knowing why it's turning him on. 3. When you focus intensely on something else. There's something incredibly attractive about a woman lost in her own world. Whether you're working, drawing, reading, or scrolling through something with focus, it shows independence. And that independence, it's insanely attractive. You're not trying to impress him, you're just being you. In your element, connected to your own thoughts. It turns him on because he realizes you don't need to chase attention. You are the attention. He watches your face, your eyes, your energy shift as you're fully immersed in something meaningful to you. It creates tension because he wants to be the one who breaks your focus just to see how you look at him next. That contrast between independence and intimacy gets under his skin fast. When you bite your lip or play with your jewelry, you're just thinking, waiting, or zoning out. And then it happens. You nibble your lower lip lightly, or maybe you're softly playing with a ring or necklace. You're not even aware of it, but he is. These subconscious actions show nervous energy, but also sensual awareness. They're feminine and delicate, and they immediately pull his eyes and mind to you. It drives him wild because it mixes innocence with tension. Your lip, your hands, your fingers, they suddenly become symbols of touch, of taste, of possibility. It's not about being dirty, it's about being delicate with tension. You didn't say a word, but his brain just created 1,000 thoughts. All because you moved, just a little. 5. When you say his name, mid-conversation. Girl, this one is deeper than you think. When you say a man's name gently during a conversation, something happens in his brain. It catches him off guard. It's personal, warm, and intimate, and he feels immediately more connected to you. You could be making a normal point, but when you softly say, you know what, Ion, it locks his attention like nothing else. Men crave recognition, and using his name gives him that. It makes the interaction feel like a moment instead of background noise. It turns him on because it feels intentional. You're not addressing someone, you're talking to him. It becomes a private connection in a public space. And that tiny detail, it's enough to make him think about you the rest of the day. 6. When you zone out while he's talking. This might sound crazy, but hear me out. You're in the middle of a conversation and your eyes drift, not in boredom, but in a soft kind of dreamy way. You're still listening, but you're floating somewhere for a moment. That moment where your face softens, your lips part slightly, and your body relaxes, he notices everything because it looks like vulnerability. Men love the contrast between a woman who can command a room and one who can drift into softness. It turns him on because he's witnessing you in your own head. He starts wondering what you're thinking, where your thoughts are going. And that mystery? It's the kind that doesn't just spark attraction, it deepens it. When you genuinely compliment him. You probably think compliments are just kind gestures, but when they come from you, in your voice, with your eyes on him, they hit differently, especially when you notice something specific, his hands, his voice, his effort, or even his presence. It awakens his masculine pride in the sexiest way possible. You're not feeding his ego, you're acknowledging his essence. It turns him on because it creates emotional intimacy. He suddenly feels appreciated, seen, and respected, not just desired. That kind of praise lights him up in places even he didn't know were touchable. And once he connects feeling sexy to how you see him, he'll keep coming back to you for that feeling. Because now, it's not about validation. It's about the way you make him feel like a man. 8. When you're kind, and then walk away. The ultimate move? Being sweet, soft, present, and then excusing yourself. Leaving him with the scent of your perfume and the memory of your energy. You were warm, kind, maybe even flirtatious, but you didn't overstay. You didn't beg. You left him with curiosity, with questions, with craving. And that, babe, is the move. It turns him on because it's rare. Most people try to impress by staying longer, doing more. But when you know your energy is enough and you exit while it's still lingering in the air, he feels the shift. You became a feeling, not just a person. And feelings are way harder to forget. So there you have it, 8 things you do that turn him on. Without even trying. From how you laugh to how you touch your hair, these small natural behaviors are more powerful than any loud seduction. And once you're aware of them, you'll never walk into a room the same way again. If this video made you feel powerful, playful, or even a little dangerous, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to SoulSync. And in the comments, tell me, what's something you did without thinking that made him act completely different? Let's trade stories. Beautiful. Until next time, stay soft, stay sexy, and stay silently unforgettable.